What's up, icons? It's the iconic fashion figure back with a new video. And I'm not going to do too much talking because I know you guys are excited for this video, especially those of you that follow my Instagram and you saw the sneak peek about this video. So today's video is do it yourself custom packaging for your business, and it's all with Dollar Tree products. So I didn't spend any more than $1 on anything that I'm using in this video. Now, the one thing I do want to say before I get into the video is a lot of it I did with my thermal printer versus my regular printer, just because thermal printers you don't have to pay for ink, so it makes it even more cheaper to do. And then the labels that I get, which are the shipping labels, first of all, I get them for free from UPS. Hopefully they're not watching this. No money spent, so didn't have to buy ink, didn't have to buy the stickers. The only drawback to it is that it's all black, so you can only do black and white with the thermal printer because it doesn't print color. So if you want to do these same projects but in color, you can buy the Avery stickers. So the brand Avery does sell stickers in different sizes. Buy those and you can print directly from your regular printer in full color. Now let's get into this video. So for this first project, we're going to be doing the tissue paper with your logos on it. This is full color, so you can use your original logo, or if you want to keep the black and white theme going, you can. Everything, again, from Dollar Tree. So you'll want to get the tissue paper. I just got white since I'm going with the black, white, and gold or either silver theme. But you can get color too. I recommend going with a lighter color instead of dark, so that way your logo can really pop on it or whatever you choose to print on it. But get the tissue paper. There's 35 sheets in there for only $1. You'll need a pair of scissors because we're going to cut this tissue paper. Get a piece of scrap printer paper. Get the full size 8.5 by 11. If your printer does legal prints, so 11 by 14, if you can do a larger size, go ahead and do that. That means you can print a bigger piece of tissue paper. The reason for the printer paper is because the tissue paper is so thin, it won't go through your printer on its own. So it needs something to give it a little weight, so that way it can actually glide through your printer. And the only other thing you'll need is the artwork that you actually want to print onto the tissue paper. Oh, and I also forgot, you're gonna need some sort of tape. So make sure you have tape because we're gonna be using that right now. So I have one sheet of tissue paper ready to go. As you can see, the tissue paper has a glossy side and it has a matte side. Now I print on the matte side so I can make sure it actually dries on there and not on like this waxy side, because I don't think the ink will actually adhere to this. I haven't actually tried it. You can try it if you want the glossy look, but I have a feeling the ink will run on this side from experience of trying to print on different things that have like a glossy texture. It usually doesn't stick. So I go with the matte side so I can make sure it dries properly. There's no smudging or anything like that. So what you're gonna do is take your scrap piece of paper. I'm actually just going to lay it on with the matte side down, glossy side on the top, and lay my piece of paper on there. Now it has the folds on there, so you could try to find somewhere where there's no folds, but I'm gonna fold this up anyway inside the box. And you wanna leave a little extra space around it, and then I'm just gonna cut a piece of tissue paper that I'm gonna tape onto here. The cuts does not have to be perfect because in the end I'm gonna cut those edges off anyway. Now we don't need that piece. Don't throw this out because you can actually print more on here. So I'm just going to throw that to the side. And then the piece that's cut, I already have the matte side down, so that'll be my outside. I'm just going to try to center this. And all you're going to do is fold these edges towards the back and then just tape it down. Okay, now it's all taped down. It's pretty flat for the most part, so it'll go through the printer no problem. Matte side is on the top. So now all I have to do is run this through the printer. Make sure you know which way your paper actually feeds through your printer. So like mine, I have to put the matte side down, so this part will be up on top because mine turns as it goes through because we need it to print on this side. So let me show you how I create the artwork before I actually go to printing, which I'm doing this in Canva, but you can do it in Pages or like Word document. You just need an 8.5 by 11 canvas with your artwork with a transparent background, whatever you're printing onto your tissue paper. Just spread it out how you want to. create your own layout. I just eyeballed mine, and add whatever information you want on there before you print. And then once you get a layout that you actually like, you'll go ahead and save the document, and then you'll go ahead and send it to your regular printer. So this is it once it's actually printed out. You guys saw how I did the artwork, so that was the artwork, and now here is the actual printout. I could have put more logos on there to cover up more space. I didn't want too many logos. I wanted a little more white space. Could have put my website underneath the logo too. There's so much you could do with this. I purposely ran some off the edge because it's never, you know, perfectly aligned on the paper, but if you don't want yours running off the edge, you can create your layout how you want to, but this is how it looks. And then once you get your desired look, you're just gonna untape it from the printer paper. Just be careful not to rip your tissue paper. And then that's it off the tissue paper, and all you would do is just cut off this extra that you don't need, or if you didn't rip any of those edges, like some of mine I did, like right there, then you could just take the tape off and have the edges on there. But I would just use a rotary cutter or a paper cutter and then just cut the edges off, and that's it for that project. Really quick before I get into the next project, I know this piece of tissue paper seems small, especially for those that are selling clothing. To have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of tissue paper with your logos may not be ideal. But if you want to go with a bigger piece, if you need a bigger piece, there is a way of doing it. Let me just grab a piece of paper so I can show you really quick because I didn't show you in the video. So when you get to the point of taping your tissue paper down to the computer paper, so your scrap paper, cut it so that it's the exact same width as a regular piece of paper, so 8.5, but the length you'll want to do 22 because the paper is 11 inches in length. So you'll do 8.5 and then 22 long, and what you'll do is you'll tape one side to the front of the paper, you'll fold it and tape the other end to the back, so that way you have front and back of tissue paper. Then when you go to put it in your printer, you'll want to print 2 pages of your logo. Now if you have a printer that can print front and back, you can just select to print on the back side, so that way it'll flip it over and print on both sides. Or me personally, because I want to make sure I'm printing in the right direction, I would print 1 page on the front first, take it out my printer, flip it and put it in again, and then print again on the other side, so that way I know for sure my logos are running in the same direction and I won't have opposite directions once you take it off of the paper and have the full sheet. So again, print 2 pages, just tape the tissue paper on both sides of it and fold it. Don't cut 2 separate sheets and tape it. You want to keep it all one continuous piece and then just tape it down, and you'll get a longer piece of tissue paper. So another way of a tissue paper option, you don't need scissors or tape actually for this one, but I'll show you really quickly how I made this. So I'm back in Canva to create the artwork for the sticker for the tissue paper. This time I'm on a 4x6 canvas, so not a full sheet of paper, just because I'm printing this on my thermal printer, and everything that I'm putting on here is going to be in black and white, just because on the thermal printer you can only print in black, there's no color. Now if you're printing on a regular printer, Dollar Tree does have shipping labels that are the 4x6. You can use those and print on a regular printer and also print in full color. But to save me a little money and save me ink, I'm using my thermal printer. So all I'm doing is trying to get everything centered on the 4x6 canvas. I'm going to then save it once it's to my liking, and then of course we'll go ahead and start printing this. Just make sure it's all centered so you don't mess up your sticker like you're about to see that I did. But before I even print, of course I gotta get my printer set up right so that it prints on the 4x6 for my actual thermal printer and not send it to the regular printer. Because this is what you'll end up getting, which is a sticker. Now when I originally created the artwork, I could have sworn I centered it, but maybe I didn't center my paper inside the printer because it did print off a little bit. But you guys get the idea. You can create your own black and white stickers, and we'll use this to close up the tissue paper. So now that this is already printed out, because really all you have to do is create the artwork and print it, now we're gonna cut it out. So I'll probably leave a little edge around the dotted line. Of course you cut yours out how you need to based off of your logo shape and size. I decided to go with the rounded sticker, and I like the idea of having the black border around it. Now, of course, I freeballed it, cutting that out so it's not perfect, but you can actually like use a cup or something, trace the circle around, and then cut it. But let's say you take the tissue paper. I'm just gonna get something to pack in it so you guys can see. Fold it how you want to. And then add your sticker to close this. And there you go. I did a sloppy job folding this, but just so you get the idea, you put the sticker on there. You can do more than one piece of tissue paper, so that way you can actually see through it. You can do a darker color tissue paper, or you can use your printed tissue paper that we've done and then add the sticker on it. So for this project, you'll need the gift boxes that I got from Dollar Tree. It comes with 3 pieces in a box. So you get 3 gift boxes in there. I printed a sticker off of my thermal printer, which I'll show you how I created that artwork, but just get a sticker. Or I did buy stickers from Dollar Tree too, if you want to put on each letter or number, whatever you need, one by one. So you can use those too, but I just did a sticker off my thermal printer. And then I need scissors because I need to cut this out. So there it is, cut out. Of course, it's not cut out perfect because I eyeballed it, but you can draw your circle in there first and then cut it out. This is the same template from the tissue paper that I used to close the tissue paper. So now what I'm going to do is just put it on the outside of the box. Again, you can do any shape or any size that you want to do. If you want to go bigger, you can use 2 separate stickers and then just line them up. Let me see, I already took one out. Stick it on here. Try to center. And there it is. So now I have a box that has my label on it. Since it's a white sticker in a white box, you can't see the outline as much. It actually looks like it's printed on there. But this box is too big for the printer I'm using, which is why I had to go the sticker route. But if you have a printer that can print legal size paper, so 11 by 14, you can actually run this through your printer and put a bigger logo on it. You can do color since thermal printers only print in black, but you can do color if you can print on your regular printer, because this box size is what, like 9, this is 14 by 9.5, so this is too big for my printer, but if you have legal size, this will work in there. And now you can see the two together, so it's the sticker on the tissue paper versus the sticker on the box. I personally like it more on the box, and then just use the tissue paper that has the logos on it, but it's your choice. But that's another way you can brand your packaging, by doing it yourself. Okay, so this next project, I got these favor boxes from Dollar Tree. It comes with a total of 8 boxes in the pack. They are like paper thin, so you don't want to put anything too heavy in there. It's just really like construction paper that's already got the cuts and folds for you, so you just close it up and you have your own box. So I would use this for like promotional items to give away. Wouldn't actually use this like to package my product in. But the next step of this video, I'm going to show you promotional products. So I figured this would be good to actually put your promotional products in if you need something for that. So for this one, I could do a thermal sticker and stick it on. I could use those stickers from Dollar Tree, but I'm actually going to run this through my regular printer and print in color. Or actually, this is black and white. I didn't even do the color logo. But I already made the template. So here's how I made that template, which is back in Canva. Again, all I did was take a square that only had an outline, no fill, because we don't need fill. This is only being used so that way I know exactly where to tape down the favor bag when it's time to print on it. But I'm going to put everything in black since it's going to print out. Actually, I'm printing this on a regular printer, so you don't have to do this in black if you don't want to. And it's going to be on an 8.5 by 11. But once you get your layout the way you want it and how you want it to look on your favor bag, you're then just going to save this. And once it's saved, of course, we're going into print and print on your regular printer, 8.5 by 11. So that square is about the same size as the square of the Favor bag. It already has my logo on here. Now when I print, I'm going to take the square off because I don't actually want that on there. Now of course, if you want to border around your logo, you can keep that on there. But otherwise, mine is just going to have that center part. So I'm going to tape this down on this paper right over the square, and I'm going to run it through my printer. Hopefully it doesn't jam in my printer. Okay, so I got it taped down pretty flat. I want it as flat as possible so it doesn't get jammed in the printer. I hate this stupid Dollar Tree tape, but it actually works good for these type of projects since it's not a permanent stick. It's easier to peel right off, but I think we're good. I just wanted to make sure I don't cover this square up with any tape. I'll be fine there because it's gonna print right there. So I'm gonna run this through the printer and I'll be right back. Okay, and there it is, it's done. So I just need to take it off of here. I do want to show you guys, I messed it up at first, so it didn't come out perfect the first time, but let me show you what I did wrong. First printed it, it was on this side. I didn't pay attention to the direction I was putting it in through my printer, so I printed upside down. So make sure you pay attention to the direction you put it in your printer, otherwise it'll be upside down. But then I went ahead and reprinted it because I originally wanted the logo on both sides anyway, so if you want logos on both sides of the bag, you just have to do the process twice. But this side came out right, this side didn't. But let me just put it together so you can at least see the one size. Now, like I said, this bag is a little flimsy. So I would recommend getting a heavy duty tape, so something stronger than that Dollar Tree tape, and put a piece at the bottom of the bag from the inside, because otherwise everything's gonna fall right through, just to secure it a little. So now there's our bag. Now, when I first tested out tissue paper project, I originally did it from my phone. So I went to print from my phone, which you can do it from your phone, but I saved it as a picture instead of a PDF. And it ended up printing out this little piece of tissue paper for me with my logo on it because it printed like right at the center of the paper instead of covering the whole thing. So now I have this little tissue paper that really don't need anything with. So I could probably use it for this once I put the other stuff in there. So I use it to like decorate this bag once I put the promotional stuff in there, which I'm about to show you how to make. So this next section I'm doing is for promotional products, which basically like giveaways to your customers if you want to reward certain customers, maybe for a referral program, bringing in new customers, or if you're doing different events, you can give these products away. Now, I will say at this point of the video, I started getting really tired because I was working on this for quite a while. Like I had a few hours of footage I had to edit through for this video. So I did get sloppy with this, did get tired. So I will say some of these turned out to be a fail, but I still wanted to show it to you guys anyway, because if you actually take your time and do it, unlike me, yours would actually come out nice if you do it right. So you guys will see once I show you what I'm talking about. And now onto some of the promotional products, which there's so many things you could do with the promotional products, like water bags, candles, all that stuff, whatever you want to give away, tote bags, just having your business name on there. I just selected a few different pieces from Dollar Tree while I was in there, at least that my Dollar Tree had in stock, because you know they all have something different in stock. So I got the charger block because everyone always needs one of these. Seems like everything uses these now. A lip balm just because I saw something cute on Pinterest with that, so I wanted to do that. A pen because if you're in business and you're out working with other business owners, you can add your business name to the pen and then hand these out. Also, I'll be showing you a notebook in a moment too, so you can always pair this with the notebook. And then these tin cans. Right now I have my pins in there for sewing, but you can literally put anything in here that you want and just put your business name on here. These at the Dollar Tree come in a pack of 2. I already had them at home, so I didn't bother buying more. And of course now I can't find the second one, so that's why I'm using the one that has my pins in it. But just ignore the fact that there's pins in there. You can put whatever you want in there. And I already created all the artwork for them on the computer, so I'll show you that really quickly on how I made those. And then for the last time in Canva, because I'm almost done, I just want to show you these promo products and how I created the artwork. Again, I started with the square and I'm just getting it to the measurements needed that I eyeballed for my promo products. Now, in the screen you can see right now I use the square that actually has a fill, but you don't need that. You'll see in a moment that I'll eventually change that, as well as the colors. I don't need any color on this because it's going through my thermal printer, so all the color is going to change to black. But I wanted to create this artwork because I saw this on Pinterest. I thought it was really cute, and I thought it's another option to show you guys so you can see that you don't have to just use only your logo. So you can create cute little things like this. You can use different graphics if you're printing in full color, or if you have a graphic that you're okay with in black only. But create different graphics, have fun with it, put your social medias on there, just put a thank you note on there for your customers, whatever you want to do to get your point across. And then I just added my website, so that way it does still tie back to my brand and people remember where they got it from and why they have it, and then they can have that reminder to go shop on my website. So I created that artwork based off of my Pinterest inspiration, and then now I'm just changing it all to black because, like I said, it's going through the thermal printer. And then now here I'm doing the artwork for the charger block, which you'll see me using this line because, like I said, or you'll hear me say that my measurements were way off because I didn't actually measure this. I eyeballed it, and I was using this little line to help me as my guide to somewhat get measurements, but it was way off. So actually measure your stuff so that way you can actually have decent product, especially if you're going to be giving this away. But in this video, I just eyeballed it because I needed to do it quickly. I was tired. I've been doing this all day. And then once I actually get this lined up, you're going to save it and print it as usual. So again, this is going to the thermal printer. So I'm getting my settings right to go to my printer. And then before I go to actually show you guys how I put this stuff on, I just want to show you the other promo products because I just showed you the lip balm and I showed you the charger block, but we still have the pen, and what else did I do? I'll realize it once I see it. But we have to create the artwork for that. So first I'm doing the pen, and this one I'm going to just do my logo, or at least my brand name, and the website on this one. So all I'm doing is trying to get the layout that I like. Do what you want to do, get the layout you want, put all the information you want on there. Just make sure it fits within your measurements, because that square or the rectangle it is now is your guide to know what you can fit within the printable area. Oh, the other sticker was for the tin can. So this, I'm doing the little circle logo like I did before. And this time I printed two. For some reason I felt like I was just going to mess it up. I don't know why. So I went ahead and printed two of them since I had the space on the 4x6 canvas. So that's the only reason you see two. I didn't really need to unless you want to put a sticker on the bottom. But I think it'll look weird. Plus that has a magnet at the bottom because you can stick it on like any magnetic surface. But now that I have the artwork for that one as well, we'll go ahead and save it. And then we'll also send this one to print as well. But now that they're already out, I'm going to go ahead and cut them. So I have them all cut out, and from the way that I cut this stuff out, you guys can probably tell I'm getting tired because I've been doing this all day. So these aren't going to look the best. I just want to get the idea across. I'm going to show you. Now with this charger, I don't recommend using this for your phone because it's not a strong charger. As you can see the amps on there. I would probably use this for something like my toothbrush because I have an electric toothbrush and it needs one of these. I actually need a new one now. This is what I'll probably use mine for, but when you're giving these away, I will probably give that disclaimer out. Don't use this for your phone because it's not that strong. And hopefully I got my measurements right on here. I kind of eyeballed most of the measurements, but the business name on each side of like the bigger sides. Okay, yeah, I messed this one up. For one, my logos aren't at the right measurement. I should actually take it out the pack and measured it first because it's off. This one's a little closer, but my sticker's also crooked because I didn't cut it straight, and then I'm a little short on the side. So this one was a fail, but you guys get the idea. If you take the time and do it right, unlike me, you could probably get this one right. Next is the lip balm. Let's see how bad this one is because I didn't take this out the pack to measure either. And I just cut it eyeballing it, so I'm sure it's not straight. But this, I have to take their sticker off first, which is probably what I should have done. I should have took the sticker off and then used theirs as a measurement. Okay, I got their sticker off. Now, I wanted to keep it like black, white, and gold theme, but I couldn't find a chapstick that was either black or white or even gold. So I just went pink because everything was like bright colors for Easter, I guess. But that's that one. I'm not crazy about that either. This is kind of a fail too. Okay, this next one's the easy one. So the tin can's already there. And I know this one's gonna be a fail. It's definitely slightly off because look at the way I cut this. Like, look at these edges and stuff. I almost threw away the sticker. I need that part. This is literally all I'm doing is taking this sticker and putting it on the top of this tin can. You could put whatever in there. If you want, you can use this for packaging too. I would just make it pretty. Like, I do have this stuff. I just cut it up, but I do have this stuff that I have gotten from the Dollar Tree before. I would probably put these around. You can either put it on the sides. You just have to glue it down because these don't stick. So put it on the side and you have your logo. You can put it around that top. Let me just show you the pin really quick because that's the last one. Hopefully I did the measurements right on there. I actually didn't need to do a sticker on that one because I'm literally taking this out and sticking this inside of here. So you can print this on a regular printer and do color. I printed it on my thermal printer, so if I wanted to, I can go outside, but I don't need to. Now I had to get tweezers to help push that in because that was hard to get all the way in there. It's actually smaller on the inside than it is on the outside. I didn't think about that. But it has my business name on there and then website on the other side. And you can do this with any pin. I just grabbed a purple one because I had it nearby, but you want one that has the clear casing that you can actually open and put something on the inside. So they didn't come out as good as I was expecting them to, or at least how they were supposed to, just because I rushed it. But I think you guys get the idea. And then you can take the gift bag and put the promo items in here. And then stick my little baby tissue paper in there, and there's your promo gift. Okay, so for this next project, this is a really simple one. All you'll need is scissors, some tape, and a piece of construction paper. You can use like scrap paper that already has a print on it. You can do like I did, and I took the template from the tissue paper and printed it on the construction paper so that my logo would be on it. I probably should have redone the template, made the logo smaller and closer together for this, but I just went ahead and printed it out just because it was already ready. But what I'm going to do is try to use this top part since they're close, and I'm just going to get like those two logos in there. So you want to cut a strip out. I would do it small because it's going to be a little fortune cookie that you can put like promotions in and give to your customers. Cut out a strip, and for this I recommend double-sided tape, but of course when I needed it I couldn't find double-sided tape, so I am going to just use this clear tape just to get my point across. But I recommend double-sided tape, or if you want to glue it and wait for it to glue together for the glue to dry, then you can do that too. But what you're going to do is wrap this around, and we're going to tape this together like in a circle. Okay, so now that that is taped closed, you have to tape one end together. So this side, now I'm going to put a strip of tape there, but if you had double-sided tape, you could just put it on the inside, which you want anyway if you're giving this to customers so they don't see the tape. And then of course, inside fortune cookies, there's always a fortune. So that's why I say this is good to give away promos to your customers. So you would print out, I just have a sticky note just to get the point across, but you would print out the promo code to your customers, throw it inside of the fortune cookie, bend one way, you're going to bend this side the opposite direction. And then again, yours would have double-sided tape on the inside, so it would just squeeze closed, but I'm going to tape mine on the outside. And now you have a fortune cookie with a promo inside that you can give your customers. And if you use your custom paper like I did, you will have your logos on it. Make them smaller so you can have more logos on there, or you can do it big and only have two like mine has on there. But there's a fortune cookie for your customer. When they get it, all they do is rip it open and their promotions on the inside. And then lastly is the notebook, which I almost forgot about, but this one is pretty easy because you don't have to print anything for this. I got a notebook that already had a cute cover on it, and I'm just going to add a business card upside down, one of my old business cards to it because I don't need it. I have new business cards, so I'll just use this for that. So all I'm going to do is take one of the clear covers that you use for like binders, stick the business card in here just for my measurement guide. Then I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to leave a little space on the top just in case I don't cut it straight. I can go in and fix it because the top part I want to leave open. Like that's going to be a raw edge. The side I'm going to actually glue down, or for video's sake I'm going to tape down. But I would recommend glue it down if you're giving it to someone. So you would just glue this side of it closed so that way it can stay closed and you don't lose the business card. I'm just going to put a piece of tape on it though. Okay, so I closed mine up. All you do is put the business card inside, so you got a slot for a business card. I recommend putting yours in there because the whole point of it is promo for you, and then just figure out where you want to put it. So I could put it on the front of the book, or whatever book you have. If you have one that has a saying in the center, you could put it at the bottom, but mine has it at the bottom, so I could put it on the front. You could put it on the inside. On this one, I think I want to put on the back just because it has this ugly barcode on the back, so to cover that up, I can just put that right there and just glue that right down. But anywhere you want to put it, most people will put it on the front just because it's supposed to be promotional for your business, so you can add the business card there, but I'm just going to do the back. So mine is attached to the back, quick and easy. Now if you want to close this so people can't take your business card out and it's always with this notebook, you can glue that closed too, but I recommend keeping it open, especially if you have information on the back of your card. It's easy for them to pull out and get the information off the back of it. I would do it like that, and then you also have your pen that you created that you can give with. Now I did buy these tags too, you can get at the Dollar Tree. They come with 6 in a pack. Originally I was gonna print on these two, but I got tired and stopped doing crafts, but I did want to show you guys really quick. You can get these as well. They are chalkboards, you can actually write on them. I got a bunch of chalkboard pens, so if you wanted to write directly on here, you can. You can use the thermal printer and print out the stickers and stick on here, or you can probably run these directly through your printer and print directly on here. The only thing is it's black, so it's hard to print on here. If anything, I would do the sticker route. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is definitely something different than what I'm used to doing, but I actually have fun doing it, even though I did get tired in the end. You guys know I'm all about saving money, especially when it comes to my business, because the whole point of me running a business is to make money. So I'm all about saving a penny. So if I can find stuff at Dollar Tree and do it myself, I will. You guys know, like, I did that photo shoot with Dollar Tree props and created the whole beach scene. Dollar Tree has a lot of really good finds if you really search in there and then you get creative with it. Now, all Dollar Trees don't have exactly the same product, so maybe something I found at my Dollar Tree you may not have. But if you check a couple of them, because they're everywhere, you may find something similar or the same exact item. But if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and I'll definitely do more like this. But until next time, thank you guys for watching.